Welcome to this Campaign 2022 Weekly Reality Check. I'm political specialist Sean Boyd with our analyst, Democrat Mike Dino, Republican Dick Wadhams. A Republican defector making political headlines in Colorado this week. State Senator Kevin Priola announced he's switching his party affiliation to Democrat, citing the January 6th attack on the Capitol and climate change as reasons. Some Republicans have already launched an effort to recall him, even though he's term limited this year. You know, Mike, not a huge surprise that Priola switched parties, given he's been voting with Democrats, you know, for the last couple years, at least down there. But you got to wonder what impact this might have on Republicans' ability to take control of the Senate.
Well, I was a little surprised he switched. And Dick spoke earlier this week about, you know, it would have made more sense for him to become unaffiliated. And I kind of feel that way, too. But nonetheless, I think it's a big plus for Democrats. And I think it really kind of puts the stake in the Republicans' chance to get the state Senate. They had a very, very narrow path to get there to start out with, and this really changes that. I think that, Priola also endorsing early the Secretary of State, Janet Griswold, was even more of a surprise. I mean, to come out and, not only switch parties, then to do that quickly. So it's been a big week. The bottom line is it's good for Democrats.
Yeah, I agree. You think the recall will be successful, Dick?
I do. I think that a strong candidate will be found to run in the recall. There will be plenty of money, and I think his days in the state Senate are numbered now next year. I'm not sure if Kevin must have taken a long vacation on some exotic island during the primary election, because he cites how the Colorado Republican Party is dominated by a bunch of election conspiracists. Note to Kevin.
Right.
That didn't happen in our primary. We nominated mainstream conservative candidates, and I'm not sure what he's talking about. Kevin, he really has gone left. I think he belongs in the Democratic Party, and that's fine. But his days are numbered. He's not going to be there much longer.
We'll see. Well, Dick, I know you have strong feelings about our next topic. President Biden announced he's canceling hundreds of billions of dollars in student loan debt for tens of millions of college graduates. Individuals earning less than $125,000, $250,000 for couples would qualify. Supporters say it will help address racial disparities. Critics say it's unfair to those who saved and sacrificed to pay for college themselves. And some economists warn it could add to inflation. Dick, you penned an op-ed on this very subject.
Well, it will definitely increase inflation. It's going to be close to $700 billion by most estimates, how much this is going to cost. But, Sean, this is just wrong. I mean, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez thinks that her college loan should be paid off. She makes $172,000 as a member of Congress. And I got to tell you, I worked my way through college. A lot of my friends did. A lot of my friends who I grew up with did not go to college, and they're going to be stuck with this. I grew up in a very poor county in Colorado. This is not fair. It's not fair to the blue-collar laborer from Adams County who has an F-150 pickup because that's part of his job. Is his loan for that pickup going to be paid off by the federal government? No. How about the small business woman in Arapahoe County who has an SBA loan? I think we should forgo her loan. I mean, it doesn't quit. And I think it undermines our society to tell a bunch of people who think they're owed something, oh, we'll take care of it. Don't worry. And besides, we need your votes in the election, which is really what this is all about.
Mike, I paid my way through Notre Dame. It was not cheap, even way back when I went there. I get where Dick is coming from on this one. You?
Well, I have mixed feelings. The good thing for Dick is AOC won't be eligible because
makes too much money.
She makes too much. But a few things here. One, in Colorado, it's really going to be helpful to generations that certainly aren't in my demographic or Dick's demographic. The younger people who've been saddled with debt, particularly people who've gone to community college, haven't got a degree, and are trying to just pay back or have these loans, and they're trying to survive just by working and maybe trying to get back into higher ed. I would say this, that Americans do get upset when other people seem to get something as a handout. We saw that with Trump's 2017 tax reform, so to speak. We saw it when Bear Stearns and AIG got a bailout in 2008.
Right. The automakers.
The
on
automakers,
on.
and then we forget about the savings and loans crisis of many years ago, a generation ago. But a lot of loans were forgiven then. And I think the president really and the administration, there's a lot of people bellyaching that didn't go far enough. I mean, that's the deal. And when you put Pell Grants into play, you really do get the lower income students who can take advantage of this. It is a mixed bag. I think it is good policy, and good policy is good politics for the Democrats.
Corporate bailout shouldn't have happened either. I mean, I don't care if it's a corporation or a kid who just thinks everything's owed to him. It shouldn't happen.
Well, we can agree AOC won't get benefits.
Well,
so.
she wants it, though.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
Finally, what's an election in Denver without a tax measure on the ballot? This time, City Council is asking voters to approve a property tax hike of about $32 million for libraries. Mike, property taxes already increasing along with inflation. Is this too much of an ask even for Denverites who love tax increases? You would
the
think.
only ballot measure that Denverites have rejected since John Hickenlooper was elected mayor in 2003 was Michael Hancock's ballot measure for the arena out at the National Western.
That's right.
But everything since then is passed, whether it's been sales tax or property tax. Dick and I were talking before we came on air. I mean, Denver is more affluent. And I think the library is an easy one to pass. It's tried for a long time, and this is the first time that it's got on the ballot.
Yeah, only one council member voted against putting it on the ballot. The others, gushed over this. It's a good cause, Dick.
Yes. Listen, Denver has not seen a tax increase it doesn't like. It's going to pass by a big margin, no doubt about it. I've got a proposal, though, for Denver. Put the student loan forgiveness plan on the ballot to bail out.
They might pass that.
It might.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe that should go on the ballot. They love paying for everything. So.
Don't give them any ideas, Dick.
I got some bills they can pay.
There you go. There you go.
All right, that'll do it for this week. We'll see you next week.